How's it going today, Jera Bears? I'm Jera Sky. If you're new here, don't forget to take a look around and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Alright guys, today we are going to be talking about minimalism and how to stop spending money. First things first, if you can't afford to pay for it outright, you can't afford it. A nice little tip I have here for if you are going to the store and you go to the store and you regularly come home with things you never intended to buy. Well, get yourself a little piece of paper or put a little notepad app on your phone, put down everything you're gonna buy at the store. You go to the store, buy the things that you have written down that you had been planning on going to the store. Then you leave the store with only those things. I know that's crazy, right? But what if you see something that you need? Too bad. You're gonna have to make another trip because it's gonna end up on the next list. Make a list of all things that you saw that day that you think you might need, want, or almost bought. Put that stuff on a new list while you're at the store, and when you get home, a couple days later, when you go back to the store, you can decide if you still in fact need them or not. Here we go. That's how we stop impulse buying, right? Yeah! Okay, another way we can think about how, in fact, we stop spending money on things that aren't as important to us as we might think they might be, is we need to use a different language for this. So your things, instead of saying, oh, this is $5, how much in hours is that for you to buy? For example, if I want to go out to eat and spend $20 and say minimum wage here in California is about $10 an hour, that would cost me 2 hours for that meal out. Is that meal out worth 2 hours of my time? Because I'm not paying in money then. I'm paying in my time. You figure out when you're paying in your time how much things cost, and they might not be worth it. Because say you were to get hired and your boss was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay you in all the things that you would like, okay? It'll be a fair wage. It'll be the wage you get, yeah. But I'm gonna pay you in things. I'm not gonna give you money. So you, at 8-hour end of the day, is like you've got a Starbucks, a meal out, and then something else. Would you have wanted to work all those 8 hours for that stuff? Probably not. Probably not. So you should stop spending your money on it because it's the same thing. It's your time. Your time is your money. And like I said before in your budgeting thing, start thinking about the things that you want to spend your money on instead of the things that you don't want to spend your money on. We have to focus on what you want, because just like in everything in life, if you focus on the things you don't like, for example, when everybody wanted to talk all kinds of crap about Trump during the election, and we shared so many articles about how much of an idiot this guy was. And guess who got elected? President Trump. Well, he wasn't President Trump then. Trump got elected, not Hillary. Even though those people all wanted Hillary, they did not share anything, any articles about pro-Hillary. Did they? A lot of them did not. They focused on what they didn't want, and they us all. So if you focus on the things that you do want, it is much easier to say no to the things that you don't, because then you know you're cheating yourself out of having those things or robbing yourself of those goals. I am robbing myself of a trip to Costa Rica, or I am robbing myself of buying a Tesla car, or anything ridiculous like that. So when you go to the store, this is the best advice I can give you, is also do not grab a basket, a trolley, or a cart, because then you will only be able to purchase what these hands can carry. And that ain't much. Well, I've gotten pretty good at it, because as I started doing that, I can carry more and more and more. But for the most part, you're like, is this worth carrying around this whole freaking store and to get to the checkout line to buy it? I can carry it around for a little bit, and then sometimes I'm like, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Never mind. You can use these tips and everything, but if you're still having issues, you need to start figuring out why you are spending and when it is happening. Is it happening when you're sad? Because then you have to start working on that part of yourself, not just focusing on the fact that I need to stop spending money. No, it's I need to treat myself with some respect and some love and give myself some kindness, whatever might pull you out of the dump, some friendly times with friends, or anything like that, to get you out of your funk. And if you do address that and you figure out, oh yeah, I am sad when I'm shopping, find some new habits to give yourself, so that way when I'm sad, I go and work in my garden, or when I'm sad, I go and take my dog to the dog park, so that way making him happy makes me happy. Like, give yourself a new habit, so you know every time when this happens, you start feeling this way. Instead of going to the store and shopping, or going out to a restaurant and just buying junk food, give yourself positive habits that will help your life, not hurt you. And for those of you who eat out too much, go online, find the recipes of the foods that you are wanting to eat all the time, that you're buying out, and find out how to make a version of that at home for yourself. Pretty soon, if you make that a few times, you're gonna figure out how to make it better than you can even get at that restaurant. And guess what? You're gonna save a bunch of money. So figure that out. Go search that. There's a lot of recipes out there nowadays, guys. A lot of recipes. There's no reason you can't figure out how to make the thing you wanna make at home. This also goes for drinks. If you like to go out and drink, figure out how to make that drink at home, invite friends over, and you can safely drink at home for a lot less and impress your friends with your new bartending skills. Then if you were to go to the thing, you have to spend a bunch of money. No, come to my house. Let's drink at my house. Although I don't condone drinking a bunch anyway. So it's not that good for you. But if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, another way to look at it too is, instead of you are saying that you are not spending money, you are saving money. Yeah! Because that's a more positive outlook on it. Again, we're trying to switch all these negatives into positives, because if you create more positive in life, more positivity comes at you. Other ways you can stop spending money. Say you have a car, you can sell your car and use all the money that you spend on that car on public transportation or rideshare apps, or giving it to friends to drive you around. Me and Brendan did this a couple years ago, and we saved a ton of money compared to if we had kept the car and kept putting maintenance on it and everything. So it is possible. It just depends. Might not be possible where you're at, might not be cheaper to do that, but you should look into that to see. Because if you can use, Uber Pool or Lyft Line, there's a lot of times you can save a lot of money with those. Or public transit can be pretty cheap. I know it's not always reliable and it can take a long time, but what are your goals? What do you need this money for? If you really need this money, you'll figure that out. As far as food goes, if you need to save money on food, again, eat at home, make meals at home, buy in bulk. You can go to Costco and buy fruits and vegetables cheap. You got to think about it though. It is cheaper, so the quality isn't going to be as good. So if you have a farmer's market in your area, go there, talk to the farmers, become friends with those farmers, and you can get better deals. Because if you're like, I'm going to buy a whole box of carrots, or I'm going to buy and you're thinking, Jera, a whole box of carrots. Yeah, but if you juice carrots and make yourself some nice juices, you know what? You can eat that many carrots. Bananas are cheap. Buy a box of bananas from the grocery store. It will seem like a lot of money up front, but when you let them all ripen, you got to make sure they get those brown spots first. You can spread out and make a ton of meals with that. A ton of meals. Very healthy, and in the good sugar kind of meals. Okay? It's not going to be, you won't have to add sugar. You can make oatmeal cookies with that. Oats, bananas. That's a cookie, baby. I will do some cheap eats sort of thing soon. Or other places, you can go to a co-op, go become a part of a co-op if there's a co-op in your area, because that's how you get stuff cheaper. Like Fully Ross Christina runs that co-op. If you're in Texas, boom, you can become a part of that co-op. That's cheap. And if you have the ability, if you have some extra space, if you're getting out, get rid of some of that stuff because you're developing minimalism as part of your life, you can grow some of the food in your house. Even in your apartment. Going to do another video about all of this, because I still am in the middle of doing a lot of research on this. But you can do your own research, and you can learn how to grow stuff out of your apartment and save yourself some food costs. A nice little trick you may not know. Say you buy asparagus from the grocery store. You cut off the ends, you stick that asparagus in a little bowl of water, or a little jar of water, and every day change that water out, but it'll start to grow. This also works for romaine lettuce. You can stick that in there and it'll grow some more. So you are not maximizing what you're paying for at the grocery store. If you buy that stuff, you should be growing it more when you get it. Or if you buy herbs like basil or any of that stuff, cut the ends off, put it in there like you would flowers. It will grow more. For free! If you like to indulge in books and movies, great stuff you can do is you can go to the library. Your library has so much stuff for free, and nowadays they even have stuff online for free. You can get ebooks for free, you can get movies, you can get CDs, I think, you can get magazines. It's crazy. The library has a lot. And another thing you can also do, there is a thing called Screener Exchange. I don't know if this is only in California, but that's how you can go to free screenings of new release movies, sometimes even before they are out. So if you sign up for find programs like how to watch free movies, and I did that a lot when we first moved to California. And I've seen some stuff for free, baby. Cheap other ways you can do is get in on a Netflix account with a friend. Just because you guys don't live at the same place doesn't mean you both can't benefit from sharing a Netflix account and cut that cost in half. What? Because you can have, with a basic Netflix account, you can have 2 systems running at any point in time, but it also can be on 6 different devices, so you each could have it on 3 things: your phone, your laptop, your tablet. But then there is another way you can actually, I didn't check to see what the price of this was, but you can upgrade to 4 streaming things at any one time, and it costs a little bit more. But then there you go, you can get 4 friends together and get that Netflix subscription down, or get an Amazon Prime subscription. It's cheaper than cable. Save yourself some money. It is cheaper than going out to the movies. I know sometimes it's fun to go to the movies, but if you're trying to cut costs, movies can be really expensive. Another thing I did, especially right around the time I was going bankrupt and all this, was couponing. Go to couponaholic.com. If you do buy, processed foods and everything, you're paying too much money for them, because most of the times you can get coupons. There are ways to just, it's incredible. Like when I was doing it, I was able to get so much stuff for free. If you live in a less big city than California, you can do dumpster diving and find really good food still in its package, not bad. I've even done it here in California. I've dumpster dived for free vegetables, and actually finding old bread, bagels, pastries, that stuff's super easy to come by. But if you have grocery stores that don't have those compactors that destroy everything, they'll just throw the stuff out and you can go and get all kinds of free food. Just make sure you wash it and change your clothes before you get into bed with those same clothes, because there's a movie called Dive, D-I-V-E, exclamation point, and he does it, so check it out. Make sure you do research before you make big purchases. You want to compare prices. And a lot of big stores will price match Amazon, but only if it's shipped from Amazon. I learned that trick from the couponing ladies. They've got all kinds of wonderful, amazing tricks on there, so that's why I go find out from the coupon lady stuff. Couponaholic. You can price match. So if you go to Target and you're like, I see this online, and this is straight from Amazon, this is less money, they'll price match it. And if you can, if new isn't necessary, buy that stuff used. eBay, Craigslist, Amazon, Goodwill. The Goodwills here in California are insane. You can get some crazy amazing stuff at the Goodwills here. You never know what you're gonna find. If that's what you need to do it. There's no shame in the hustle. And something else you need to tell yourself, you need to put this in your brain right now, okay? You ready? You ready to record it and put this in your brain? Everything is always on sale right now. Everything. Because that is now, it's priced nowadays. It's a marketing tactic. They're like, when you put it on sale, you sell more. Now everybody has everything on sale. Everything's on sale all the time. This is on sale. This is on sale. Oh, I need to buy this because I'm going to save money because it's going to go back up to this price. Probably won't, and you might not even need it by the time it does go back up. But everything is on sale. That's the price of things. Stop convincing yourself that you're saving money, because you're really not. If you feel pressured to buy, the answer is always no. No, thank you. I need time to think about this. If the person won't let you sleep, be like, no, I'll come back tomorrow. They won't let you do that. You know the answer is definitely no, because everybody needs a little time. If you want to spend less money, you have to have the courage to spend less money. You got to decide, and then you have to be brave and do it. In my opinion, cheap is always more expensive. So if waiting out and buying a better quality item for a little bit more money actually might save you tons more money down the line, because you didn't buy the cheap thing that's going to break right away. You bought the quality thing that's got guarantee or warranty, and it's going to last you a lot longer, and long term that item lasting you a decade, as opposed to the one that was going to last you a year. One costs you quite a bit less long term. So if you can't afford it right away, save up for it, and then you also know if you really want it or not. If you're not willing to buy the expensive version of something, you might not really want the thing at all. Another thing you should be careful in doing is going to places where you know you will be tempted. At the beginning, when you're first downsizing, decluttering, and trying to save money and trying to stop spending money, you don't want to tease yourself. Just stay away from there, refrain from going there. because you're causing undue stress on yourself. And that's not necessary. And then you're not going to stick to it because you're making it harder than it has to be. So another thing that does that is your emails. Unsubscribe to every email that is trying to sell you something. Nope, unsubscribe. Nope. Don't even tempt yourself. Later, if you really still feel like you want to subscribe to that stuff, you can always resubscribe. That's the wonderful thing. It costs nothing at all to resubscribe. But unsubscribing could save you tons of money. And last but not least, if you haven't given yourself a budget or that money I get to spend every month set thing, what is it called? Money I get to spend what did I call that last time? If you haven't set yourself a money I get to spend every month. Okay, so apparently my camera cut out before I finished the video, and now I've taken a shower, my shirt is in the laundry, and so I look a lot different. Sorry about that. So basically, anyway, make sure you have that list of money I get to spend every month, and it has all the delineations of like your rent, your electricity, your phone bill, your food, and your little bit of play money. Make sure there's play money. There's gotta be some money for you to have fun every month. You can't just 100% restrict yourself. You're gonna go mad. Okay, well, if you guys have found this video informative, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And everybody, leave some comments in the comment section below, because what are some of your tips of not spending money? You know, what's going on? What are you trying to save up for? All that stuff. Help each other out. Let's make a nice little forum, per se, of tips to not spend my money and to make the life of my dreams. All right, guys, I'm Jera, and I gotta go.